when they're watching or in the record.
Come on. Look at this.
We are not. Now we're live.
No, you know what it is, though? Because of the delay, we are.
Okay.
So, like, as soon as you hit the button, you're live. That's why they always see us going like, did you hit the button? Let me hit the button.
Okay.
What's up? Yo, do we look like freaking incredible or what?
Like The Incredibles?
Oh, we should have raised this camera angle so you can see more of the background.
Nah. I mean, that's what we usually do. That's as much as the logo as you usually see.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Anyway, hey, it's a new logo. It's a new
Yes.
camera.
We got a lot of there's a lot of newness going on, and not the Graham sooness. You know what I'm talking
Got him.
about? Okay, I didn't.
That's what you come here for, bro.
You didn't expect so many shots to be fired. So
Bro,
soon.
everybody getting smoked, bro. It ain't just Tuchel and Conte or Tuchel.
Tuchel, yeah, that's been a thing. I was just gonna correct you because the TikTok people on TikTok have been correcting you.
Oh, you mean Titch Touch?
They basically they're
dad
like,
joke.
As soon as you mispronounce somebody's name, they're like, "Why should I listen to the rest of his argument?"
Bro, you want to pick on me because A, I'm fat, 2, I'm American, 3, I'm loud, 4, you guys don't understand what humor is, bro. By the way, we're talking to TikTok specifically. We're not talking to our chat. Our chat knows exactly what humor is. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
SKC Fancy V says, "Oh God, okay." I hope I'm maybe out of pleasure, but I doubt it.
Hey, you should have reached that during the show, buddy. Germans can't fight. I mean,
history doesn't really say.
Wow. Remember twice they fought with the world?
They were like, "Yo, we'll take on everybody."
Yo, who'd you fight? All of them, bro. Did you win? Not once.
Okay.
Blick
Paulo.
block, dusty as hell. Says Bay Area Gooner. Yo, Bay Area Gooner always got our back, bro. Always.
Appreciate it. Paulo Nelson said, "Good to see you guys in person." Yes, we'll talk about that in a bit. We got to meet some of the people in the chat, some of the people in Gully Squad out in Minnesota.
Some of our Gully Squad members, some of our members on here.
That's right.
Right? This is absolutely incredible.
Yes, and everybody, you look great. Everybody looks great in person.
Bro, y'all look amazing.
Yo,
bro.
we got the hottest fans, I gotta say.
We're the only ones struggling, bro.
Why can't we be as attractive as our audience?
Bro.
Okay, so yes, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, a couple things.
It looks a little different around here.
Looks a little different, but obviously, first, this is a big deal because today's show.
You've yanked the wheel twice.
Today's
here.
show is on the Levitard feed.
Bro, we on the main feed. What's up, Levitar fans?
Let's go. We're on the pirate ship. We're touching everything. We're like, yo, what's this? What's that?
That's right. We're hopped up on sodium.
That's
this
right.
is like the regular Levitar show if they were all like in the middle of a busy bodega in New York.
Alexis snorts salt.
Actual salt.
Okay. People are like, why are you doing coke? I'm like, hey, I'm not a monster.
What do I look like around here? Now hurry up and crack that black pepper, my G. You boys trying to get litty.
But no, we're excited. Welcome. If anyone is new here, welcome to the Cooligans podcast. My name is Christian Polanco.
That's right. I'm Alexis Guerreros.
Okay. He's the Cuban representation, so you're a little bit familiar.
I heard they mentioned this on the Levitar show.
Right, on the local hour.
They brought it out.
Especially the local hour. They're like, okay, everybody, we got to
We have an update on the Cubanness of the show. It has gotten yet again a bit more Cubano.
So shouts to everybody from the Meadowlark fam and the Levitard family. You're
gonna get comfortable with me. You're like, yo, this Cuban's a little different. Oh, that's right. He from Newark, New Jersey, bro.
Okay. So
it's a little different than Brickle. You feel me? It's a little different than Hialeah.
So there's gonna be a little bit of there's gonna be a little soccer on the feed.
Adjustment. Just a little adjustment.
All right, we're gonna deal with I know some people will be like, hey, this is not a sport. Stop talking about it.
Wait a minute. Why is a Dominican and a Cuban not talking about baseball?
Nah, bro. We're out here disappointing our family.
Because we got a thing for feet. So we're talking about football. Which, by the way, that's not what you think, man. I thought it was going to be totally different when I Google those words separately.
This is exclusively a New York Jets podcast. All right? Okay, so
it's called Taking L's.
So not only are we, now officially welcome to the Le Batard family, but we also got a new logo. We can announce it. Have a look, everybody. We are, if you're looking at this, if you're watching this, you see the new logo. If you're listening to this podcast, you already saw it on your screen.
Just imagine it, bro. Just imagine it in your brain, dog.
So we did a little update.
You know what we did? We decided to clean it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's right. You modernize it.
You know, we're streamlining. What I refuse to do to my waistline.
Okay.
We are streamline. We've become more aerodynamic.
Okay. This logo has a better diet than Alexis.
100%. Actually, I think it went to DR and got a BBL, bro. This logo looking thick.
So, yes, everybody, let us know what you think of it. We're going to be posting it everywhere in a little bit, but we wanted to make sure our live audience saw it.
The pizza is there. It's just hidden in the screen.
Yes, the pizza is at the bottom there. So you'll see we're giving you just a little peek.
Ooh.
We're showing you the top.
Like, you know, when you go to Rumspringa and they show you their ankles. You know what I'm talking about? Damn.
So I know y'all
didn't get all that in the barn.
You gotta pay extra for the bottom of the logo.
Yo, you gotta join our only Patreons for that.
And yes. And speaking of Patreon, we do have a brand new No Cap recap that we recorded in Minnesota, so you can hear about everything that happened at the MLS during MLS All-Star.
And I was feverish at the time.
That's right. This man was. This man was like he would have not made it through the Oregon Trail,
bro.
Okay?
100%. I would have died of dysentery immediately, and I would have eaten one of the kids, dude, because I'm not going out alone. And let me settle this. Because there's been some question. Christian did not book that hotel knowing there was bed bugs in it.
Yes.
Can we clear the air?
Yeah, I wonder why the air is not clear to begin with.
Has nothing to do with me tweeting a 45 tweet thing. Where in each one I reference that you are the one who booked the hotel.
Exactly. But yeah, gladly, Alexis is okay.
And like I mentioned in the last tweet, Christian was very worried about me. He's like, yo, I'm so sorry this happened, but if you don't work this week, you're out. You know? And I was like, what?
Damn, why was he carrying around the whip?
Bro, hit me with his belt, bro. It was a lot.
So, on top of getting a new logo, a couple little changes in that. We also got a new camera.
Yeah, we're looking a little crispy right now.
We're looking a little crispy, not crispy as in dark, like in dark meat. You said what? You said crispy.
As in like fried chicken?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you make food references, bro. The world is like, what did he mean?
Only you did. I mean, I thought I was a solid bit.
Oh my god!
But no,
you can tell he's like a robot that's just learning about food.
Shouts to everybody, all the support. We've been needing a new camera for a long time, and shouts to everyone on Patreon because the support made it happen. So thank you.
If it wasn't for our Patreon, we wouldn't have been able to afford this very expensive piece of machinery.
So, okay. As always, shouts to OSNYC. We are here taping the show, usually, as always, on Mondays. OSNYC, one of the dopest gaming spaces here in New York City. Honestly, if you want to get some drinks, hang out, play some video games, you play. There's PS5s next to me. I'll put them on screen. PS5's next to me. They just got a bunch of new PCs.
You could do like crazy streaming from these. They got the other ones back there to do slightly less crazy streaming. I don't know how any of this works.
Where's the crazy streaming section?
Yes, hello. I'm here to drop off my son for the crazy streaming section.
We're in the crazy streaming section, I think.
Bro, we are the crazy streaming section.
But come through if you're ever in New York City. I want to, it's a little. The mood is a little different than an arcade. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more welcoming. Arcade. You know,
it's not an arcade. It's a crazy streaming.
Right.
You know what? Honestly, for those of you in the Le Batard family, if you happen to be anywhere near 50 Bowery, get in here, fuck around a little bit.
Yeah, that's it, bro. You know, you're not gonna.
It's the official, unofficial slogan.
Come through. You're not gonna see any sweaty Dance Revolution dancers.
We don't let them in here.
Okay, we don't do that here. We're past that.
We've moved on.
They sweat
from 1995.
They sweat too much. We've all been there. Arcades smell bad, bro.
Yeah, dude. You know it's on purpose, right?
Why?
Well, not arcades. Like teenagers, their pheromones stink
Oh,
on purpose. So they're in there dancing around. No, we need you out of here, bro. We got to pump the air conditioning.
wait, but why you said they do it on purpose so that they can hook up?
No, because kids stink.
But what do they do on purpose? They stink
Children,
on purpose?
yeah, it's their bodies. Not like they're like, yo, bro,
You
I'm
mean
not
they don't
showering
wash
for
on
days.
purpose?
No, man, you look this went down about as good as your crispy reference.
I'm just wondering what the hell you think children do.
This is a great sign to everyone in the Levitar family. We also don't know what we're doing. So
let's go. So let's get the show going.
It's the Cooligans, buddy.
Let's go, Poppy, welcoming us in. This is the Prem Show. We focus on all things European football today.
it's football, mate.
That's right.
We're
And
talking handbags today, boy.
handbags?
You've never heard the term?
No.
It's when it's like not really a fight. You just swinging handbags at each other.
All right. No, I never heard
It's what the Brits call it.
I never been in a handbag. I never been in a fight.
Nah. They should call it. Whatever. I'm not gonna do it. I wasn't going to do it.
But no, we have to start the show. Oh, you saw the thumbnail. You saw the
Yeah.
title on YouTube.
You saw our clickbaity faces in there.
We got to
Trying
do the
get them
clickbait.
views up.
We're trying to get. That's it. You know the game.
Lebetard inclusion. We're trying to get them Lebetard numbers. And then maybe that Lebetard money. But look, of all the managers you thought would fight, did you think it was these two? Conte, I could see.
Conte, I could see getting into some scraps.
Tuchel
is the one
Tuchel me for a surprise, bro.
because you don't. He definitely has. He has some bite. He has some a little bit of
He has
attitude.
a little bit of an edge. And right now it feels like his job is, not safe.
Right. So
that's probably a little bit of that added anger.
You got to make a scene to the new American owners,
right?
Hey,
like, when a baseball manager comes out and starts kicking the dust onto the... So we're
Right.
talking baseball. Is this making you comfortable? He kicks the dust on the umpire's feet to get his team riled up, Get
Yes.
them going.
and
Do you think that's what this was?
the
Or do you think they really despise each other?
look, my overall, and this is probably the conclusion of my statement, is this is definitely embarrassing for Thomas Tuchel. I thought this was lame, corny, whack.
I will make a different closing statement.
Go.
This was everything we've ever wanted.
No, it's just
No, Tuchel was the boss man in all
the
this.
aggressor.
No, you didn't see Conte walk by him without even looking him in the eyes, and he turned around and he goes, "You better shake my hand, look me in the eyes, bro."
Tuchel did. So wait,
Conte walked past him without looking at him and shook his hand.
Hold
out
up.
of disrespect.
Hold up, because you're getting to the end. That was the end of the game. It ended 2-2, and it was obviously a lot of. We'll get to the details.
Bro, Tottenham cheated the whole... And I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
saying this as an Arsenal fan. Tottenham cheated for both goals, bro.
100% did. The first one I could see fine, but the second one.
They tried to kill Cucurella.
But no, so I can understand that both of them having issues or being upset with each other or of how their players played. But when the first Chelsea goal, when Thomas Tuchel ran across Conte, did you see that?
Yes.
When he ran across him, that was embarrassing.
Yeah,
embarrassing.
But they've been kind of... I mean, all right, maybe that wasn't his brightest moment.
That was terrible.
I wouldn't say embarrassing, though. It's
Nah, dude.
isn't this
Not
what
a
you
good
want?
look. Not a good
Isn't
look.
this what you want?
I mean, I'm not saying
Don't
I don't
you
want it.
You want the beef.
I
You
want
the
to
smoke.
criticize Thomas Tuchel right now. So, yes.
Yeah. But isn't this what we want? We want them to kind of, quit edging. You know what I mean? Get in there.
You want to just... I mean, they were both red carded, so I think that was fair.
Which is also stupid. It's after the match.
Nah, bro.
Once the final whistle blows, you should be able to, you know what I mean?
If their players...
What are the rules of the game? How are you allowed to get a red card after the match?
If you're still in the building...
Bro, that's not fair, bro.
I think once you get to the parking lot, no red cards are allowed.
Oh, that's what it's smoking. Yo, meet me in the parking lot, Duke. All right?
Behavior Guna said, when you support Everton, you don't remember how good goals feel. Can he not? Do we need to do this right now?
Where's it?
Okay, thank you, Behavior Guna. We don't need that right now.
I like, whatchamacallit, Juan Vargas put Tuke and L.
So,
You know what? Here's the thing. Of all the people I understand the most in this whole thing, during it, I would say I side with Tuchel. After, I kind of get where Conte is coming from because did you see his Instagram story?
I did see it. I'm gonna
pull it up?
I'm gonna put it up on screen because this,
this is important
right now. I can't wait for this next this
Bro,
rematch.
the return match is gonna be. I mean, they might have to set a boxing ring. Tyson Fury said he's coming out of retirement.
This was pretty wild. I mean,
you wait till we pull it up.
okay, I'll put it out right now. All right. So so Fabrizio Romano tweeted this out, and you can see it here. So you can see Antonio Conte on his Instagram story shows the image of Tuchel running past him, and Conte has his head in his hands. He's looking down.
He's looking down because the goal was just scored against his team. But then he wrote, and here's the thing. This ends with ... and 3 laughing while crying emojis. I need you to know that before we read you what it says.
Right, because it's usually that this person is in a psychotic state.
Right, 100%. 100%. You got to know the vibes when this is being written.
It says, lucky I didn't see you. Making you trip over would have been well-deserved. And right here, 100% agree with Antonio Conte.
But here's what he's saying. He's saying, I'm not going to say, try this one more time. But he's basically saying, yo, you come around this way, it's on site.
Right.
If I see you on my block, it's over.
Right. If I see you in my technical area.
If I see you past them dotted lines, just like in school when you was coloring, bro, you can't stay. Bro.
Okay. You got to stay within your lines.
If you thought what we did to Cucurella was bad, wait till you see what we do to you.
Okay. But no, this was, when I saw this, I'm like, look, Tuchel was, looked like a dude trying to make a point, trying to look good in front of the homies.
I mean, look, here's what people don't understand. I think because the biggest rivalry in London is the North London derby, right? The biggest rivalry is Arsenal versus Tottenham. There still is so much hatred between Chelsea and Tottenham fans, and the clubs themselves. In fact, I think it was said somewhere on the broadcast that Tottenham hasn't won at Stamford Bridge in something like 6-7 years, something even crazier than that, possibly. I don't remember exactly. I wasn't paying attention, I was lighting sage candles to start a fight. But when you look at this is the type of passion you would expect from teams that have a little bit of history. And to some degree, it feels like the North London derby is kind of cooled down a little bit because I think it's so significant that this might be the new hottest rivalry in London, the new hottest club in London.
A new rivalry enters the villa. Okay, because this, it did feel, at least from
this is no Love Island.
So this does feel like, I don't know how it was on the European broadcast or the broadcast on any other country, but on NBC, it did feel like, all right, this is the game we need to hype up because, the predictability of Manchester City and Liverpool is like, and the beef between Pep and Klopp is, they're pretty much just done.
They never done this?
They just respect each other. Somebody just posted a video of, I think, the last time they played each other. They gave each other a hug. They respect. No, we don't.
This ain't what we want.
This is not what we want. This is entertaining.
Okay. This ain't why we come, dog. This ain't why we buy the tickets, dog.
Okay.
We want to see one of y'all lose your teeth, dog.
And, the two top teams in England don't offer that.
Right.
And these two teams
So
do.
now we got to go down to these scrub-ass teams. By the way, Barry Guna said Chelsea is just Tottenham with money. Love a Guna.
Yeah, it's hard to distinguish the London clubs that much because they're like 3 blocks away from each other, all of them. And I'm like, all right.
It is weird to be like, I can't wear this shirt in this train station. And that's it. Next stop, I'm good. It's kind of weird, right?
Okay. Yeah, you just like go in and out of danger zones.
Yeah.
Depending on what stop you're
It's
at.
like, hey, yo, cuz, you can't wear them colors. Oh, you took a step? You good. You good, dog.
My bad.
No, you're in the right zone.
I think
No, you good.
the treaty of 1986, the North London Treaty.
Yeah.
According to those.
You better get out this 3-block radius, my G.
So
A fair sprint will get you out of here in no time.
So overall, look, this was a Look, it was an entertaining game, but easily Chelsea looks like the better team. It was surprising to me how bad Tottenham looked.
But look, if I was saying this in the beginning, they were going back and forth.
Yeah.
They were. It was a very lively match in the first half, and I said this in my Arsenal group chat. I was like, "Yo, they're both going for it," and everyone's like, "What are you talking about?"
They're like, "Why
Chelsea,
are you talking about Tottenham?"
Right? They're like, "Yo, Chelsea's dominating," and I'm like, "But here's the thing: one or two, Sessegnon with a better shot, one or two better strung passes." I was like, yo, Tottenham's still getting opportunities. What I've learned from this is Tottenham is not nearly as good a club or a squad as everyone made them out to be, and based on their transfer. And B, yo, Chelsea just keeps leaving the door open.
Right.
What is going on?
I mean,
you got it. I mean, the Chelsea I remember was like clamped down.
I mean, they have two new center backs, right? It's Koulibaly. Who's paired?
Koulibaly's a beast.
That
bro.
goal was incredible. I mean, for a damn center back.
I mean, he just missed one 2 seconds before that. And he was like, I'm going to try it again, dude.
That was incredible. Even, I think Son was the closest player marking him, and he was like,
damn,
he did one of those, like, there's no way.
I mean, it's Koulibaly.
You see,
I might as well conserve my gas and not run over there.
The man is a unit. There's no way he can even lift his leg that high.
He ain't built for that. He's more like this, dog. He's more robotic movements.
And it was one of those, like, man, I really should have.
Yeah.
Maybe defending there would have been a good idea.
I feel like if I would have taken one step into the danger zone, this wouldn't have happened. Also, who wants to take that rocket off the chest, though?
Michael Raymond said, can't believe I'm saying this. Spurs look better after the subs. Look, that
is true.
There was a lot of improvement in the second half. But, all right, so let's the last play of the game.
Sorry, a dog just freaked out, and maybe he saw a ghost. We don't know.
Lando just went nuts. So the controversial calls, right? Who scored? I forgot who scored the first goal for Spurs.
Wasn't it Son?
No. It might have been Højbjerg.
Højbjerg?
I think he scored the goal. But was it offside? Richarlison.
No, there was the foul before that.
Yes. But okay, yeah. But so there were two instances.
Right.
The foul on Kai Havertz.
100% a foul. The angle from which the official was looking, it looked like the ball had been touched.
The ball had been touched. If you see it in slow mo,
he got ball first.
Yeah, he got ball and a little bit of Kai.
A little bit of follow through though.
I'm not saying he didn't get contact, but he definitely got the ball. So the complaint there, I think is moot. I mean, I don't think we need to spend too much time on it because I think he did get the ball, but the Richarlison is impeding the keeper's vision without a doubt.
Without a doubt, in the way.
In the
problem
offside
is
position.
though, is it touches the thigh or the calf of a Chelsea player before. That's why it goes in.
Okay,
there's a slight deflection, which actually slowed it down, so it should have made it easier to catch. But Mendy was again being blocked by Richarlison.
Yeah, and
it's everything about Tottenham is a little sketchy.
But it wasn't last.
Like you invite them to your party, they're just hanging out in the corner with their sunglasses on, both hands in their pockets, and you're just like, "What is he doing over there, dog?"
They're mysterious. I want to hang out with those guys.
I know. It just seems so cool.
But I believe last week there was a goal taken back for a player in an offside position impeding the vision. I forgot what game it was, but it seemed like a textbook offside, and the fact that it wasn't called seemed very, very odd. But again, VAR inconsistent. You expect that from time to time. The second goal, obviously the corner before the corner. There was a previous corner, and on that one, Christian Romero is pulls.
He yanks Cucurella down from behind using his own hair.
Right.
Buy him a drink first, bro.
Okay. Damn, I didn't know you were trying to blow this man's back out.
Wow, dog.
No.
Damn.
Unnecessary.
Did you both just go through a breakup?
Wildly unnecessary.
Completely unnecessary.
And the fact that Anthony Taylor's a ref, he's looking
directly at it.
Right there. So I don't know if Anthony Taylor's the new Mike Dean. That's it. We got a new guy.
And also, what's funny is I was watching the match, and Cucurella's hair is like he's got like the headband on, but it's pretty big outside of that. And when he runs, it kind of bounces. And I kept thinking like that seems like a disadvantage a little bit because like it's so obvious in your peripheral. You can't sneak around. You know what I mean? You got this big head of hair. I'm like, I feel like it's gonna come into play at some. Dude gets yanked.
Right. I think, didn't we talk about this with somebody recently? I feel like we talked about a player that had long hair. We literally made this exact comment.
Yeah.
And the fact that this happened, it was so blatant. And this is
There's
VAR is
video.
for.
If only there was an assistant referee that could look at video.
So the only reason I can imagine it's not looked at, so it wasn't a penalty, right? Because Spurs committed the foul in their box, so it wouldn't have been a penalty. But is it a red card offense that VAR should recommend that the ref look at?
Yes.
I would say so, but this is the only
yanking a player to the ground with their hair has to.
I mean, it's not the face. It's not hands to the face.
It's attached. The hairs. If I was a lawyer, I'd say hand, which I'm talking to for the hotel. It would say the hair's attached to the face.
Did he pull his beard?
I mean, hey, can you tell me where that hair that was being held was connected to? If it's right here, that's part of your face, dog.
Right. So this seems like a. Is it a clear red card offense? I don't know. It's like it's one of those. I would say it's more red card. If we have a percentage of how much is it a red versus a yellow, I would say it's like 75% red, 25% yellow.
If you got a yellow, you'd be like, it's a little harsh.
Yeah.
It's a little harsh of a foul for just the yellow.
Right.
And if you got a red, you'd be like, nah, that I could see why you got a red.
So because there's this, even we're having this debate about how serious an offense it was, that's why VAR couldn't get involved. Because VAR can only get involved unless it's a clear red card offense.
I think that's complete BS.
So then you're saying
if managers got reds for shaking hands too long and telling each other to look each other in the eyes, then how you not get a red for yanking my G down by his hair?
Look, I guess in the books, hair pulling is not a direct red card.
Bro, you heard it here first. The original creators of the rules were kinking, bro.
Okay. They like it when it got pulled a little bit.
Aggressive handshake? No, thank you. Hair pulling? All right, tell me more.
Conte should have pulled on Tuchel's bald spot.
Ooh, or his hair plugs.
Bro.
Yank them out. Have them in your hands. Say, guess who's got to go to Turkey?
I want to hear what people in the chat think because, this is, to me, when I saw it happen, it's obviously worse.
J.K. Tritt says grabbing by the hair is a violent offense, should have been red.
Yeah. See, I don't understand how that doesn't how that isn't clear, or at least that Anthony Taylor didn't immediately see it and give the ball to Chelsea because he gave them another corner kick, and then Harry Kane scores that goal.
But I think this is where the VAR rules, it's like, dude, if we're going to have it, use it. It's like owning a Ferrari and a pickup truck, and you use the Ferrari to go to Home Depot to get sheetrock. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to have it, use it. If we have VAR and you can't be like, well, this wasn't a situation where we could look at. Stop that.
Yeah.
You should have a thing in your ear that says like, hey, yo, if this happened in the street, the person would be arrested. You should take a look at this.
Yeah. Luke Sturgio said, hair pulling is not a clear red card, at least not in the bedroom. Okay.
Depends on what the red card means in the bedroom.
Okay.
Because I'm more than happy to be punished.
Okay.
Oh, no. Do I need to be disciplined?
Damn, bro. This is like 50 Shades of Grey. The red room. No red card.
I'm just buckling myself to the bed.
Look, if Cucurella consented, I mean, maybe
Hey.
all right, who are we to get involved?
Maybe he got up and went like, damn, daddy. You know, we don't know is what I'm saying.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. We need to mic up these players.
Bro, we need to find out what happened afterwards.
No, Christian Romero especially looked like he was being just a menace.
He's a
being
goon, bro.
Yeah, he's being problematic the entire
He
game.
actually seemed like, like when they have a pit bull and they're like, we didn't feed him. You know what I mean? He seemed like that level angry.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a Conte thing, right? Like he wants goons.
Yeah, and he got into a little dust up with Kai Havertz.
Bro.
They were following each other back and forth. All right. Look, if that's the game, I mean, look, all right. I'm excited about, again, the reverse fixture because it's going to be interesting.
So you watched the whole game?
I watched the whole game.
Of the way both teams played, you think Chelsea played better?
100%. Chelsea 100% deserved to win that game.
Based on what you saw there, where would you say Chelsea? And I know it's super early.
Yeah.
Where would you say Chelsea versus Tottenham finish in the table?
Chelsea should finish above them, but where in particular?
Because Chelsea still need a striker.
They do. Yeah, there's been a couple of rumors of they're trying to bring in Aubameyang. That's the last one I
For
heard.
$30 million.
Yeah. Just what a weird. These guys.
For a 32-year-old that only scores when he shows up.
Yeah, and I thought Raheem Sterling had a great game.
Raheem Sterling is starting to figure out how to de-pep himself.
Yeah.
And to retouch. He likes to Tuchel himself.
Okay. Look, that's how he inspires his players.
Hey, if Cucurella can get Cucurella gets what he wants, then Sterling gets what he wants.
SKC fan TV said Romero is nasty. That's right, bro. Okay.
And not in a good way.
So,
Jamal said, hey.
I thought Raheem adapted. Look, the better Raheem Sterling plays, the problem is for Christian Pulisic because he's not going to be playing if Raheem is playing well.
I think it's time to move Christian Pulisic.
Yeah, and now the rumor of today I heard is that Newcastle's interested.
I've heard that for a minute.
Yeah.
Which would be really smart if you're Newcastle because one, he plays. Yeah. And two, it opens up the American market for you.
Todd Bowley ain't getting rid of his American treasure.
Bro, Todd Bowley, first of all, did you see that Forbes, I believe it was, or someone, I tweeted about it. Someone called him the Ted Lasso.
Yeah, this was like the Guardian or Mail Sport or something like that.
Some British newspaper called him Ted Lasso, which is like, is this it? Is this any time in America? Are we two Ted Lassos? Is any time an American is involved in this sport, we're just going to be called Ted Lasso? Because this ain't even an exact. This guy bought a team. Have you watched the show?
Right. Look, I think at this point, we, especially with English media, it's not about a quality article of any kind.
Oh, they're not trying to get it right.
No. It's just let's write a most salacious headline, get people to click on it, and then go on with our day.
Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Bloomberg UK put meet the billionaire living out his inner Ted Lasso in the Premier League. Look, the guy made himself sporting director, which is kind of like, have you ever even played FIFA, dog? How about Football Manager? Did you did you at least get one save in? You know what I mean? You got to go 3 years in before I can respect your opinion, which I get that's a little bit much, but they look good. He's made some strong signings. I know they want more. But they got Raheem Sterling. They're looking at potential. They're swooping in for players other clubs want, which is always hilarious.
Right.
They're basically saying, like, who does Manchester United want? We'll take him. We'll give you $5 million more.
Right.
How about that?
That's a strategy. But that can go badly, right? I think somebody.
Yeah, don't take anyone Manchester United wants.
That'll be the next hour of the program.
You got a 4'7" center back? Damn.
They were going to say England clubs are taking advantage of Bowley. Isn't it a little interesting how, like, what you just mentioned, like that Chelsea are going after players other clubs want, even though they may not be the best players for Chelsea.
Right.
So there's a little bit of it could be like a little bit of a ruse. Let's bid on this guy, make Chelsea worse by making them get them to make them think that we want them.
Playing the long game.
So
you might outfox yourself that way and end up with a bunch of shitty players.
Oh, there's no one left?
Oh, no. We didn't really want them.
It is interesting. But look, I think Chelsea has a lot of new players, and it's going to take a little bit of adjustment. Mm-hmm. But overall, I mean, they played Everton and they played Tottenham, and I thought they looked pretty good in both games.
This would have been a better headline. Luke Sturgio said, Bod Bowley becomes a new boarding director for Bell CFC. I mean, if Bloomberg had just done that, we'd all be on board.
Camila Garcia says, you can take Fred.
Yeah, you're literally saying that at any point. So it's funny, man. There was that moment where, like, United fans started to believe in Fred.
Yeah.
That is done. But wait, there's one more thing we want to talk about.
I was going to say, they believe in Fred when they watch him play for Brazil.
Yeah. Or even the end of last season.
Sure,
He's very clearly a Ralph guy, But there's one other part that was kind of weird about this whole Chelsea thing.
What?
In the background of the fighting.
Right.
Just to remind Christian of something he brought up. All of a sudden, looks like there's a guy back there who looks like one of our friends, peers.
Yeah, he's a coworker.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Some of you may know him in the American football soccer space. A little gentleman by the name of Jonathan Tannewald, a.k.a. at the goalkeeper.
Which is what a great
He got
Twitter.
it early.
Yeah, he got him.
He got it super
This was
early.
like when Twitter beta.
Bro, it was 2007, bro. Before they put the ER, it was just the TWITTR.
Right, so he got in there. But there's you see the scrap between hold me back,
Right.
Conte and Tuchel. But in the back there,
My guy with the visor on.
Pfizer. Look at the smirk.
Bro, it looks like he planned this. It looks like he went up to Tuchel and was like, bro, he said you pussy. And he went up to Conte and go, you didn't see him run through your box, dude?
You didn't see what he said about your mom?
Oh, you might
Wow.
want to ask him about it. If I were you, I wouldn't look him in the eye when you shake his hand. That's what it looked like he did.
Jonathan Tannewald should have been rubbing his hands together right now.
100%. Doing the Mr. Burns thing, right? The fingers all tapping.
But no, this is.
I love it when a plan comes together.
But no, super. What a great
With the
game.
Abercrombie visor, bro.
Okay. Oh, speaking of Ted Lasso and visors, I mean,
Yo, this is Ted Lasso. If you would have said this, Boomer, we'd all be on board.
this is the billionaire that is living out his inner Ted Lasso.
This is it right there. And by the way, we're like, that can't be him. It was
It's
him.
100% him. We've confirmed it.
He won't tell us why he was there. He says it'll be revealed. It was a bit of a secret that he was there. Well, if it's a secret, don't get yourself in the TMZ snaps, my G.
Bro, you are. Front row seats. I mean, he might as well be, courtside at the Garden, though.
Bro, he's holding up the round card, dude, in a bikini.
We can't see the
I
bottom.
know,
of it.
but just like our logo.
But no, this is what a fun little detail.
What an odd appearance.
Who do you least
It's like
expect to see?
You see a picture of a Bad Bunny concert and you see your mom there. You're like, what? Why you front row? Is that acid? Ma, don't do acid.
Why are you making out with Bad Bunny?
I know. Come on, yo. I didn't know he was into older women. Is he a gracious lover, Ma? We hope so.
He did say that all the Puerto Rican women are his.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, neither one of you are Puerto Rican, but you're dressed in the flag.
Hilarious stuff, man. But look, easily the most entertaining part of the Premier League weekend.
So much
Without a doubt.
much just from that. And somebody put this, shouts to Babs. Babs put, watching the Premier League after Arsenal's already won in this week hits different. And I'm like, it's so much more relaxing.
Yeah.
To just watch the games, see what's happening.
Pretty chill. We're recording. Liverpool is playing Crystal Palace. That's the last game of the match week. But there were a couple other ones I wanted to make sure we addressed. Did you see the Nottingham Forest game?
I absolutely
That was a
did.
wild game.
Absolutely did. One of my favorite parts is that manager has never smiled a day in his life.
Right.
Even when they beat Arsenal in the FA Cup, he was like, all right, boys, back in the locker room. He was or back in the dressing room.
But
Did you see the camera swung around after the whistle? The camera does that sweep?
Yes.
And he was like, it's not over. Get out of the way.
It wasn't the final whistle. But the West Ham, I think they hit the post like 4 times.
Oh, dude, Scamacca also. Scamacca couldn't get anything going.
Okay.
I was watching this to see he's going to boss this team.
Right.
Because he's tall, he's aggressive. They're kind of still a little bit of a championship team, in their makeup.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to boss it. And I was like, man, what the hell's going on with this guy?
Jesse Lingard also looked pretty absent, pretty useless on this team. I don't know what.
On Nottingham?
On Nottingham, yeah. I don't even think he has any.
He won against the team that wouldn't buy him, though. I mean,
I don't know why his place is going to be there, but
here's
it
something else
didn't look
that
great.
surprised me. Why doesn't Nottingham Forest, bro? You just got all this money. The come up is real. You're in the Premier League for the first time since the 90s, and you couldn't get a shirt sponsor?
Yeah, that's it. For a Premier League club, that is pretty wild.
That's insane.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll sort that out soon.
Well, apparently Boxed, which I didn't know what it was, BOXT, it's a like a water heater company.
Okay.
Like a boiler company. Damn, you drank all that water already? Man, it's thirsty, bro.
I mean, so much heat coming out.
Like Cucarella again. It's a Cucarella again. Why do I keep saying it wrong? I'm Spanish. Whatchamacallit? It's a hot water heater company.
Okay.
They paid they're looking for $7 to $10 million for the shirt sponsor. That doesn't seem like a lot for a Premier League club shirt sponsor.
I agree. Seems like a pretty good deal.
I think you and I could get a loan.
Within Cooligans range.
I honestly think we could get a loan.
Yo, join the Patreon so we can we just need a couple more dollars.
Like maybe
We're
like
so close.
If 100 to 200,000 of you join the highest level, I think we can afford it.
So we're super close. Yeah.
Doesn't that seem really low for a Premier League club shirt sponsor?
I 100% agree. I mean,
I think if we did a GoFundMe, we might be able to get at least $7 million.
I think so. Why not?
What would you put on the shirt? You can't just put the Cooligans logo.
I mean, why not?
It's kind of basic. We got to put something else.
You got to put something that's going to sell, right?
Emirates doesn't just put Emirates. They used to put Fly Emirates. Now it says Emirates. Fly smarter.
Okay. Cooligans, laugh harder.
What are you, a basic white woman who just got divorced? Thinking about what stencil to put on your living room wall?
I'm just saying, nice.
Imagine Cooligans live, laugh, love.
Bro.
I mean.
Why not? Okay, a little bit of wine, a little watching Nottingham Forest.
A little rosé during the day?
Pairs well, okay? These kids would be stressing me out.
Wow, yo.
Okay, so
clean sheets get free frosé.
we gotta talk about the disaster at Brentford Community Stadium.
Dude, let us know what we should put.
It was a disaster for one team, but this was when somebody gets trounced. Okay?
Bro, this was in New York. This is a dub.
Yes,
this is like what a dub means in New York.
Manchester United losing away at Brentford. This is one of.
I think they couldn't see each other because they all look like the grass.
Yeah,
is that possible? This kit is terrible.
I don't hate it, but it's kind of Sounders-ish.
It's dope to wear, not great to see them play in.
Sure.
They matched the pitch.
I mean, if they played better, the kit would look better to be played in. You know what I mean? But they don't play well.
They took a big old L. And then they brought in all their best players in the second half, and that just meant they didn't score or get scored on.
I mean, this was one of the we're getting to a point, especially with the state of fan media, right? When I shout out SKC Fan TV as well.
Yeah,
made a video for us last week that was unbelievable.
By the way, shouts to SKC Fan TV.
Kevin, thank you so much for doing that. That was
so dope,
unbelievable. It was during his stream. He gave us a shout out, but then also made a whole clip about us and.
Where do you find the time?
Seriously, it was just so unbelievably kind. We were
both very touched by that.
Floored, so thank you so much for doing that. But when I say this to say the state of fan media, we're getting to a point where when teams are playing badly, my first instinct is to go to these fan media channels.
Right.
So Manchester United, they're losing. Once they're down 2-0 in the first 12 minutes, I'm like, yo, what's Mark Goldbridge up to?
And by the way, he was full meltdown.
Bro.
Full meltdown.
So, and it's
how many cameras you got on him? Because he stood up, the camera was still on. He sat down, the camera was still on. He must have a full production in there.
It's challenging because a lot of the fan media is, you're a fan of the team, and obviously you're passionate about the team, but you're also entertaining an audience because you have to, when the team is doing well, you want to emote and you show excitement.
You have to be a bit of a cheerleader.
And you have to maybe you're upset, but maybe you have to act more upset. Or
you gotta ham it up.
You gotta ham it up. This is
it's entertainment.
This is the internet.
And
nowadays.
I think this is why I think fans don't get it. They're like, oh, he's just doing it for views. I'm like, no one creates a channel to not get views.
Exactly.
Yeah. But some of the Arsenal fan TV guys, when they get the mic in front of them, they have it in their head I need to be big.
Right.
It's like wrestling promos, you know?
Right.
You got to be big so that people kind of, get hyped. For those of you who've never been on camera, you go at your own energy level and you watch back, it looks like you're doing this thank you for watching the Cooligans. You need to be big.
You need to be a little extra.
It takes a second for you to learn how to be on camera. But I think that's why when people watch Mark Goldbridge, they're like, he must be in on this.
Right.
But let me tell you something. There was nothing fake about this. That
is the main point.
100% natural.
It's that Manchester United are so bad that even the fan channels
right.
are it is genuine anger, frustration, fear. It is bad. It is really, really bad.
I think it's the realization that they are bad. You
Right.
know what I mean? Lippy Lickshot put this up. He was like, told you, mans, you're done. And it was like, dude, people don't, Manchester United think to themselves, we're too big. We can't be done. I didn't know about this. I saw a video from like a year ago where it was talking about Woodward, the guy they brought in who's like a financial expert.
Yeah.
One of the things that revolutionized how much money Manchester United brings in, which is why they're such a big club, and so many other clubs have now copied it, saying we have a credit card partner in the UK. We have an energy drink partner in the UK. What if we got one in every other country? What if India had its own credit card partner? What if the U.S. had its own Manchester United credit card partner? What if they had their own energy drink partner? Now, all of a sudden, you're bringing in tons of money from all these different countries. So you have 10 credit card partners, 10 blah, blah, blah partners, 10 travel partners, right? So it's huge. Genius idea. In the call, because they're listed on the stock exchange. So there's an American banker who was like, hey, you guys haven't been playing well, on the pitch. How do you think that's going to affect? And Woodward stopped him and goes, don't worry about it. This is a business call. What happens on the pitch has no correlation to what's happening in business. And there you go.
Yeah.
Right there, you see the issue with Manchester United. Woodward, for everyone who was like, you can't hire. Go ahead. What happened?
Berguna said they need a partner to teach them how to play.
How about a coaching partner? Have we thought of
A
that?
soccer partner. That's it. Manchester United plays soccer.
Yo,
That's it.
bro, they play a Bacher, bro. I don't know what they got going on over there. Manchester United need to sell Bernaldo, so there you're going. I see it. But I think you start to see why we are where we are. So I said this to Flex, and he didn't want to believe me. I said, Arsenal is 3 years ahead of Manchester United right now.
You're right.
And I know you're like, oh, well, we finished behind. Sure. In the process, 3 years ago, we started to get rid of dead weight. We had made a bunch of purchases and had a bunch of players that were good but didn't fit and weren't good enough. And we had to start the process. We had to bring in someone like Mikel Arteta, someone who loved the club, someone who was prepared to make those changes. Started and look, really put his balls on the line. Luckily, he won an FA Cup right away, but really put his balls on the line and make some of those changes. Dude, Mustafi was there when Mikel Arteta first came in. Manchester United, Ten Hag is simply worried about the formation and how they play on the pitch. Bro, it's way, way deeper than that.
Yeah, I saw Flex, and he posted from United Review saying that reports said that there was a huge argument or fight after the game in the Manchester United locker room. But there's something deeply.
Was it just Maguire punching himself in the face?
There's just something deeply wrong. I mean,
there's like my leg. There's an infection and it needs to be stopped.
Well, a couple interesting things happened. David De Gea, he said he specifically said I'm gonna do the press conference. I think he might have been the only player to do it. And he took responsibility because he gave up the first goal. It just trickled under his hands. So not a great look, but it seems like when mistakes happen, it truly deflates this team.
But okay, we've talked about this before. When you see a scoreline like 4-0 in the first 34 minutes, that's not one team being better than the other. That's one team completely capitulating. Mm-hmm. That's one team falling apart. And that's what you saw at Manchester United. They weren't getting picked apart so much as they were leaving themselves completely open.
Yeah. I mean, the second half, immediately they get rid of Lisandro Martinez, they get rid of Fred, Luke Shaw, and Jadon Sancho. And coming in, Varane, McTominay, Malacia, and Anthony Elanga come in the game. But at least they stopped giving up goals. But
you stop the bleeding, but
you feel bad for Ten Hag because it is you punish the players that play poorly, and especially McTominay, and it gets worse.
Could you imagine there was only 3 subs?
bro, for real.
It'd be 5-0 probably by the end of that match.
It is bad, bro.
And it's to Brentford.
Yeah, dude.
It's a club with no budget whatsoever. They spend in a year what y'all spend in a day.
Right.
That might not be exact, by the way.
But
when was the last time you saw Manchester United in 20th place, in the last place? Hey, look, again, this is where Arsenal was last year.
I mean, look, I'm even like, yo, I'm an Everton fan, but at least we're in Manchester United. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't be me.
Oh, my God. When I think it could get worse, I think, could it get like Manchester United?
And then, you know what? All of a sudden, I feel better about my life.
I'm up here now, you know?
But no, I mean, the Cristiano Ronaldo, he walked up to the away fans. Like, he made the gesture to walk up and then turned around immediately, didn't want to say anything. And now the question is, a lot of people have been talking about this.
What I've been saying for a year.
Was Ronaldo right this whole time as far as trying to force a move or being problematic during this preseason, not showing up? Is he the only one who knew that the writing was on the wall?
Why does this guy keep getting a clean slate? You can't be a dick, and then when everyone else fails because you've been a dick, you'd be like, told you I was right. It's not he was right. It's he's the problem since day one.
Okay.
You shouldn't have brought him back. You should have let him go to City, but you let your ego get in the way. You had Sir Alex Ferguson call his homie, text him, don't go to City. Don't let him go to City. You wasn't winning a championship anyway. He has done nothing but score goals and ruin the dressing room, ruin the syncopatty, whatever the hell what's the term I'm looking for? The syncopation?
How many patties?
I'm hungry. He's ruined all of the vibes in that dressing room. He has completely made it about himself. He goes on TV and says, the young players don't want to listen to me. I'm great. You should do what I do. On the field, he makes everyone defer to him, or everyone defers to him because of some other reason. And I'm assuming it's because they don't want to see him slap his thigh and get a scowl on his face and blah, blah, blah. But you've let this happen. Manchester United. You brought this man back in when you knew he was going to be about himself. He's 38 years old. He's not the guy that's going to save you. You should have cut bait when you had the chance. You should have moved on. The money you're spending on him, you could have used to get actual players that would help your club, but you didn't. And when you had the chance to get rid of him this summer, when Ten Hag basically made it as obvious as possible, he didn't want him in the club, you still let him do it to you. He didn't even show up to preseason, and y'all still simped for him. This is your fault. Thank you. You deserve every bit of this. You're in 20th place because you put yourself there, because you let this dude do whatever he wants. This is like when someone comes over your house and opens the fridge without asking. Bro, you let him do it. And now he's got his feet up on your coffee table and you don't know what to do. This dude runs your whole house. Well, as soon as you get rid of him, you can start the process of moving it over. Same thing with Aubameyang, bro. When Aubameyang, look, and thank you, Mikel Arteta, for having the balls to say, nah, you sitting. You watch the whole thing on All or Nothing. I wish it was an All or Nothing on this season of Manchester United, because you see this dude. This dude might be sitting in Ten Hag's desk right now, saying, "Yo, Ten Hag, where you going? What office you picking?"
It looks like the move might be. I saw this reports are saying that they're trying to terminate Ronaldo's contract. That look.
It's about damn time, yo. You need to cleanse, bro. Cleanse. Y'all need to sage the whole stadium, bro. You need to get rid of the vibe, man. Okay. Look at this. Someone, Keefan Cali, said, "You people don't know much about football." Oh, do you? Does Woodward? Do the people in charge? I bet you everyone in charge of Manchester United. Hold up. What you mean, you people?
You better be careful how you be talking on our YouTube chat.
Beffin Bally.
Okay.
And I think Guinness thinks we're yelling at each other. There's another dog coming. Whatchamacallit? Please don't hit the light. Okay, we got it. We survived. Here's the other thing, too. I bet you everyone in Manchester United front office got an English accent. I bet you wouldn't say they don't know football. Huh? But because we have an American or a New York accent, all of a sudden we don't know football? Man, boop, my boop. Don't do this to us on Levitar the first day on the main.
Okay. So, look, it's hard to say. It's hard to definitively say that if Ronaldo leaves the club, the team will be better, because even when he's not playing, they
could
still
start
bad.
the process.
Right. Yeah.
To get better. They need a complete. Ralph Rangnick said, "Yo, we need 10 new players, bro."
Right.
And they were like, "Yo, get out of here with that information."
He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna coach and then I'm gonna be a consultant." Oh, nah. I can't do this consultancy.
Whoa.
I can't even be in the back. I can't even be in the offices. I can't deal with y'all.
I don't want my name associated with this, dude. It's like you go to a mechanic and he's like, "Yo, man, your brake line lines are cut. And you're like, I don't want to hear that. And then you upset when you drive off a cliff.
Damn, bro. Why you telling me the truth?
Damn, I don't want to hear that. How much for brake lines? No, I'm going to go to the guy who's simply going to paint my grill.
Oh, my God.
What if I got chrome on the car?
Okay.
That's who you are, Manchester United.
And rather than just say we don't know football, why don't you make an argument?
Why don't you tell us what we said that made you say that?
I mean, look.
Or why don't you just be a hack like everyone else who says that, huh?
Yeah, you can't stand our
Also, you watching us talk about football.
Why don't you shut this stream down?
Yeah, dog.
Close the window if you can't stand it.
Why don't you go have tea and crumpets, my G?
Okay. So yeah, it's I don't know what the near future looks like, but it is. And shout out to, again, we were giving props to Flex and United View, because not only are they were traveling with the team and reporting.
They've gotten into some of the press conferences.
But
not just in the preseason, bro.
Right, regular season in the press conference after a 4-0 loss, and you're like, yo, fam.
Which flex is going to come out, bro?
Exactly, bro. So
because there's two flexes. There's flexes. Like, I know I'm on camera, and there's flex from, like, yo, I'm from the ends.
That's right. There's flex, and then there's flax.
Yo, and then there's flex, bro.
Bro, I mean, if you follow United View, you can see Flex ask a question about, it's so wild to see, and look.
See your friends coming up.
To see your friends come up
fire.
to really just, blow up on YouTube, and then now you're asking the manager, yo, what was them tactics about, dog?
Bro, I know I got myself famous talking into my phone. But what exactly did you do to get here, bro?
Yo, it's like mind-boggling. It's incredible to see stuff like that. It's the same thing for us when we're like, kicking it with Chicharito and Carlos Vela. It's like, bro, this is crazy.
Still mind-blowing.
But it's a valid question.
100%.
So even
and also you got to give someone like Flex props, because he knows there's two things happening. One, he's getting an opportunity to ask a question that's a big deal, blah, blah, blah. But also, his fan base is being like, Flex, you need to represent us. And they're probably not nearly as level-headed at that moment as he was. So to ask a question that did justice to his fan base, which is something that I think we've struggled with in the past.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's very difficult to ask a question that, gives him the credibility, that gives him sort of, asks a question that his fans would want to be asked, but does it in a way that shows respect for the situation and what's happening, which is, dude, I know people are like, bruh, if this dude was here, I'd tell him exactly what and then when you get there, you're like, can I get a picture? Yo, I've loved you since day one, bro. Yo, that goal you let in was kind of weird, but like everything else is great, dude.
Yeah, that's why I don't spend that much time criticizing players, because I know how I'm going to be when I see them. It doesn't matter who it is.
My favorite, I've told this story, when we went to Goodison, I was in the away section with Arsenal fans. And there were those 5 like college age kids in front of me, like screaming, like not even, they're like high school age, and they're like, "Oh, Arsenal fan TV, get out of our club.
Yeah,
Robbie's Robbie's a boop." Right? They're doing the whole thing. Robbie's like 5 feet behind me, like 5 rows behind me. The one dude turns around to talk to me because he heard my accent. He was like, dude, where are you from? How'd you get in the away section? I'm sorry, is there a Sopranos character in the away section? He turns around and be like, yo, where you from? And he sees behind me, and I purposely moved out of the way so I knew he would be able to see Ty and Robbie. And he was like, oh, Robbie's there. Hey, Robbie's there. Oh, let's get a picture with him at the half. Yeah. And I was like, bro, weren't y'all just chanting, get out of our club? And he was like, oh, that's just what you say, isn't it?
Right.
And I was like, damn, loyalty, bro.
One could argue, that Arsenal fan TV's, quote unquote toxicity maybe led to all these changes.
Okay, say that. But if Troops saw a player he slated, he would be that same person he was on camera. Maybe not as loud, maybe more respectfully.
Right.
But he wouldn't change his tune completely. Not like me and you. Me and you would have been like, yo, get out of the way, Troops. Yo, we've loved you since day one.
Wow, he is shucking and jiving.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. 100%. Want to do a show, dude? The fans love you.
So, yo, at least we keep it a buck.
100%. You know exactly what we're doing, bro.
Okay, you know the game we're
Just
playing.
like Keith Ali Kalali, whatever your name is, sounded like a Game of Thrones character. If you saw us in the street, you'd be like, hey, you those dudes from YouTube.
So whatever, man.
Oh, man, you guys really know football.
So the main thing is like, what's Eric Ten Hag gonna say tactically? There's nothing tactically he can say or do. The team is just rotten.
There is.
The team is rotten.
And look, Kafin came back in the chat, said, Ronaldo scored half of Manchester United goals last season. The EPL is a physical league, and you can't play Eriksen and Bruno in the midfield. The fact that Christian Eriksen has had 3 positions so far is absolutely insane. That dude should not be covering. You're 100% right. He should not be covering your back line. That was a mistake. There had to have been a reason for it, similar to why
The
Ben
reason
White
is McTominay was embarrassing the week prior.
100%.
And they're like, all right, let's try a tinier guy.
But I think they're like, maybe Fred could do this on his own and Christian Eriksen can push up. But he had to come so far back because they didn't know how to handle this press. How you gonna know how to handle the press?
It's Manchester United. You bring in players. You like in the onboarding interview. You say, yo, you know about this press?
Yeah,
If they say no, you go, ah, man.
And they're
I
like,
don't
the
think it's
media,
gonna
and they're like, you could leave now.
work. I don't think it's gonna work.
You could leave. That's not the press we're talking about. I get that. And sure, and I said in the beginning of my dumb rant that Cristiano Ronaldo scored goals. That's all he brings you. But, dude, he's not helping the club come together as a club. And you're seeing it. You're seeing it with Arsenal. Look what happened. Look, first of all, just look at the vibes in the stands. They love this club. They're having a good time. They love the manager. That didn't just come from winning. That came from as soon as Aubameyang got set. And, look, I was there celebrating. I was there at the North London Derby 3-1. I was celebrating Aubameyang's goal. So I'm not saying it didn't happen before. But something changed after that. The club came together. There was less of a tension around the squad. And I think you'll start to see that once Cristiano Ronaldo leaves. And make no bones about it. Exactly like what Christian said. Cristiano Ronaldo leaves tomorrow, you're not a better club. But that begins the process of clearing this all out. You shouldn't have McTominays in your club if you're the biggest club in the world. You shouldn't have Freds. I'm sorry to say, I know he plays well for the men for the English national team. You shouldn't have Maguire. You shouldn't have half of these players. Yeah. You're Manchester United. And at some point, y'all are going to have to come to grips with, after Sir Alex Ferguson left, y'all haven't gotten this right. Y'all need to start from scratch. And if that means you have a year or two of quote-unquote rebuilding while still playing well and while still maintaining yourselves in the Premier League, at least in the top 10, then fine. But you've already finished in sixth.
I mean, look at the every week. You know, on top of, watching what Mark Goldbridge is doing and what he's saying, look at Gary Neville. Look at Roy Keane. Look at Rio Ferdinand. Every week, they're embarrassed. They're literally embarrassed about their club.
Dude, it's wild. They're calling for everyone. They're like, the owners should go. The managers should go. This should go.
They're not holding back at all. They're just saying the club has become an embarrassment.
It's a joke.
It should be better. They have not evolved with the modern era of football. And Gary Neville's even like, he's like the stadium is dilapidated. The Glazers.
10 years ago, this was the best stadium in the world.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's 100% true. And also, why does it count down from 90? Well, it's such a weird.
That's a very odd. I don't know why.
You made fun of MLS when they did it.
Yeah, they count. If you've never been to Old Trafford, the clock inside the stadium, the game clock, goes down from 90 as opposed to up. It's very, very strange. Anyway, so
thank you, Carlos Sanchez, for explaining that we're comedians. By the way, instead of Cooligans, just say comedians. So maybe you'll know that we're joking, but I do really mean it. I think once you get rid of Ronaldo, the process begins. You got to cleanse, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, what you've done? You've painted over mold, and you got like a really nice painting to put over it. The mold's not going away, And honestly, with it blocking the sun, it's probably helping that mold grow. What an analogy. When was the last time, Keefan, you saw Manchester United in last place in the Premier League? When was the last time?
Yeah.
I'm interested to know.
I mean, you usually not even on the first day because it's in alphabetical order. So then
you can't.
Yeah. They're not even last. Okay. So a couple other things I wanted to make
Unless
sure.
You're Zanchester, which might be the only way out of this.
I want to make sure we get to. We last week we talked about Barcelona and them not being able to register players. They did do it like the Friday,
Right.
literally the day before their game.
Got it in before the lock.
Yeah, so they registered I forgot like 3 of their players
Yeah.
or whatever. So everything was sorted out, but now they're trying to get rid of Aubameyang. They're trying to get rid of Memphis Depay, and I think obviously Frankie
Memphis
de Jong.
Depay is being rumored to go to Manchester United.
He was already there, right? Yeah, he played there,
And it didn't work out.
I think Juve was the last team I heard that he's basically Memphis Depay is trying to make sure that he has a deal in place before he ends his contract with Barcelona. He's like I don't trust anybody.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's not gonna be a gap in pay.
No. I got videos to shoot, my friend.
Okay, I'm gonna need some overlap.
Yeah. Yo, you think this leather fringe buys itself? Not a chance.
So Depay, Aubameyang, De Jong. So Barcelona is obviously going to look very different, but they played their first game against Rayo Vallecano into a 0-0 draw. So
0-0 draw.
a lot of people were making the joke, why don't they activate the lever for goals? Because they did.
They have activated levers for everything else. Yes.
I think Barcelona is just a team that has there's clearly so much distraction, and if Barcelona struggle for points. And don't they're not essentially fighting for the La Liga title and Champions League, and then also doing very well in Champions League. It's gonna look bad. They're gonna get.
They've mortgaged out their entire future.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of financial issues, and we're gonna basically be talking about this at the next summer.
Bro,
as well.
it's gonna get rough, and I can't wait to watch. Honestly, I just want to see what happens. I do want to talk about Arsenal.
Yes, go for it.
What a win!
What
What
a
an
win.
absolute win. 2 big wins. Certainly, look, one of the things that I thought was great was William Saliba has looked as good as I said he would be. Maybe even better, to be honest. Maybe I did make a mistake. I said he would be the best center back in the league by the time Virgil van Dijk leaves. He might be the best center back in the league right now. You know what I mean? But one of the things that I liked is he has played so incredibly well. And this points to, sort of the feeling around the stands at the Emirates. He lets in an own goal.
Right.
He looked gutted. And what did the fans do? They stood up and applauded him. Don't worry about that. We got you back, bro. Get back out there. 4-2, not exactly the win you want. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved a clean sheet here. But that said, big win against a good team in Leicester. And the fact that we look this good and Martin Odegaard hasn't been playing well yet.
Hasn't?
No, he has not. Neither has Saka. They've been playing well. They haven't been playing to the level that I've expected.
Okay.
I haven't seen those bits of magic that I saw yet. And look, it's early. They're just figuring out who goes where. But Gabriel Jesus, absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
What a player. You've got the fans outside saying, yo, he reminds me a little bit of Alexis Sanchez. He reminds me a little bit of Ian Wright. He reminds me a little bit of this. He reminds me a little bit of that. Like, you're starting to see, like, the good feelings are coming back into this club. And just the fact that we're playing at this level, a good friend of ours, Alex Pavone, said, yo, they might be the second best team in the league right now. They might be playing only second fiddle to Manchester City. And I'm not saying that that's 100% true and that's going to last all season, but simply the way we've started this season has been absolutely on fire.
I would argue Arsenal look better than City right now.
I think City's trying to figure it out. I think, look, if you can make that argument that we look like the hottest team in the league.
Well, I think Erling Haaland, I would say Gabriel Jesus is adapting better to Arsenal's system than Erling Haaland is adapting to Manchester City's system.
But also Manchester City has adjusted their system to Erling Haaland.
Right, they play a little bit different. There was something that said, and I don't have this stat in front of me, but something like Erling Haaland completed 2 passes the entire game, which is
He ain't there.
insane.
He ain't there for passes.
Right, but it's still weird.
Yeah,
to see
where
that.
both of them passed into the back of the net. That's all that matters.
But I'm not saying that City looked bad by any means, but Arsenal are easily the most fun team to watch in the Premier League right now.
That's without a doubt. I
including-
know I'm having the most
Saw
fun
them in
watching them.
preseason. Saw a couple matches in preseason. Saw these 2 matches in the Premier League. They look incredible.
If you didn't believe in the process before, you've got to believe in it now. And yes, I'm talking to you, Troops. Who we know, he's been sus about this whole thing. And I'm like, dude, you just got to believe.
Yeah.
And this is actually, I want to point this out with regard to Manchester United. Last season, Arsenal were in last place. We lost the first 3 matches. It was terrible. And people were asking a lot of questions. And I said, relax. Yo, Mikel Arteta just needs 1 or 2 more of his players so he could play his system, one of which being Tomiyasu. As soon as Tomiyasu came in, I was like, okay, now we can start to see the Arteta system. The season begins now. And you saw them pick it up from there. Obviously not good enough to finish in 4th. They absolutely should have. There was a couple of matches there where I was like, dude, if we just had a striker, the Aubameyang thing hurt us. Lacazette just being slightly too old to really do the things we needed didn't help. I still think their biggest mistake was not signing someone in January. I'm starting to retract that statement a little bit because it put them in position to be able to sign Gabriel Jesus and some of the players we brought in.
Yeah.
So maybe it was worth finishing in 5th to not just to be able to get this squad in that we have now. But that said, I was like, oh, Arsenal will be better when we bring in blank. Manchester United don't have that.
Yeah, not even close.
They haven't begun that process yet.
Yeah. There's no foundation to place someone in and be like, oh, this is the piece that we're missing.
Even if you love Cristiano Ronaldo, let's say you love him, you think he can do no wrong, you think he would be the perfect player to have other players play around. The man's 38 years old.
Right.
This ain't the dude you build around. Will he play until he's 40? Absolutely. Will he get buckets until he's 40? Probably. But is that the guy you want to build around?
Well, you saw Florentino Perez. Did you see that clip of the little kid asking him about to sign Ronaldo? Did you see this? Yeah. The little kid asked him like, "Hey, why did you sign Cristiano Ronaldo?" And stops in his tracks, turns around, and he's like,
"Shut up, kid."
Yeah, but he literally did that. I'm gonna break a little kid's heart today.
Yeah.
He went up to him, looked him right in the eye. He said, like he's 38 years old.
Meaning like we ain't trying to get an old ass player.
It's just funny, this really old man being like, well, I'm not gonna hire some old man.
Hell, dude, I'm too old to do this job. I can imagine him.
But yeah, dude, it was a look. Yeah, Manchester United's future is looking pretty bleak. I really do not know. I think somebody was talking about their upcoming matches.
Let's look at the next few matches
because
and see.
Liverpool. They're not winning.
Woo!
They're not winning for a minute, dog.
This is gonna get rough.
Because I think Manchester United,
I can't wait to do this on Wednesday with Flex.
Manchester United are about to have Everton's season last year.
Yo. Should we go to Manchester United Arsenal? Also in the away section?
Manchester United, so it's Liverpool, Southampton.
Hold on, Liverpool come to Old Trafford.
Yeah.
There's a chance they turn it around.
Not even close.
Not even close. Dude, Liverpool going to walk all over them. They're going to dog walk them, bro. Southampton, they go out to Southampton.
They should win that game. But
they should win that game.
Maybe a draw they might get here.
That might be a draw. Leicester. At Leicester, at King Power.
No, they're not getting anything.
They're not. Maybe they score a couple of goals, but that feels like a 2-1 to me.
And then, against Arsenal at Old Trafford.
Arsenal go back to Old Trafford where we barely lost last season, man. We were there.
We were there, but you lost.
No, we lost. But it was.
There's no such thing as a barely lost.
No, but it was even for a while. Right. They needed a few moments of miracle. Miracles.
Maybe the game against Crystal Palace, they turned things around. But even then.
Yo, Patty Vieira got them playing strong.
Yeah, look, it looks like they're in the next.
At what point do you panic? Are you already in panic mode if you're a Manchester United fan? There's only 2 matches.
Only 2 matches, but I would say so because the standards for Manchester United are very high, and they want to win the league. They want to go to Champions League.
Which actually, now that you said that, bears the question: is Ten Hag on the hot seat yet? Is there a chance?
Everybody is on the damn hot seat.
He gets got.
Yes, it's a very, very huge chance.
Really?
But the Premier League is the Premier League, bro. You can't go 5-6 games without a win. Especially for Manchester United. But I don't even. It's not. There's
Who
no
do you
way.
trust?
There's no way it's his fault.
No. So you gotta say you gotta give him a long enough leash, right?
Right. And who's left? It's not even about you.
Where do you go from here?
You get you can get a tactician. You can get a disciplinarian.
You need to hire 4 managers and have them stand there in a trench coat,
bro. You need to Captain Planet merge all the managers to one powerful.
You need Voltron. Might be the only way.
The Mighty Morphin Manchester United manager. Because you need to figure something out. They've tried it all. And look, and this is where I agree with Gary Neville.
Couple yellow rangers, a white ranger.
This is where I agree with Gary Neville that there was a big debate on Sky Sports between Gary Neville and Jamie Redknapp.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, and Redknapp is like, I'm tired of you blaming the management. What about these players? Look at these players. Blah,
He
blah,
said,
blah.
look me in the eyes when I talk to you.
Bro, it was hostile.
Yeah.
But look, I agree with Gary Neville here. They've tried everything when it comes to, trying different formations, changing the roster out a little bit, and signing new players or whatever. But he holds the leaders of the club accountable.
At some point, you have to. And I've defended the Blazers in the sense that
the Blazers.
Glazers. Definitely never defended the other one. I've defended the Glazers in the sense that it's like, just because they're American owners, they get a lot of the stick, I think.
Barry Green said, only Shamak can save Manchester United.
He might actually be a good choice right now. I've defended the Glazers, not to say the Glazers are doing a good job, but to say, like, people want them out because they're American. And even Neville said the Glazers took $25 million out of the club. I don't want to beat this drum again. English people just do not understand how asset management works. American sports owners grow assets and remove value out of it via loans. It's not putting the club in debt. It's continuously growing the asset's value. Your value of your club is growing. Sure, it's a slippery slope, but the value of your club is growing. It's not one of those things where you're going to get put into debt. You're not in actual real debt.
Financially, the Glazers have done an incredible job.
Incredible job. Your club has grown multiple times.
Money's coming in.
Yeah. You're fine.
They're laying on bags of cash.
Yes.
It's all good.
You simply, if either they could take $25 million out of the money coming in or taking it out via a loan, which, because you've grown your debt that you can pay for, actually raises the value of your club. So stop that. You guys got to get over this. That and saying Martinez are the two things I want you to finish doing this year. That said, at some point you have to say, yo, the fish stinks from the head. You know what I mean? At some point you got to say, like, maybe the financial thing isn't what you're bad at, but you clearly haven't put anything in place. And I also want to point to, Neville said after Josh Kroenke came in, you're seeing it in All or Nothing. Josh Kroenke Stan Kroenke was like, yo, kid, get in there. Yeah. Get in there and become more of a leader. And he's sort of, when I first became a corporate manager, one of the first things they try to drill into you is, you have to inspect what you expect. You were so good at your job, you didn't need anyone to kind of hover over you. That changes. You're not going to have, and they kept saying, you're not going to have, X amount of Alexis's. You're going to have a bunch of different people. Could you imagine?
Alexis?
Yeah. A bunch of Alexi? Could you imagine just multiples of me? Oh my God. What a wonderful podcast where Christian just completely ties this rope around his neck. But they said you're not going to have a bunch of views. You're going to have to go out and get people to get to your level, the level you were at. You need to inspect what you expect. And that's exactly what they need. They need one of the Glazers, a young Glazer, a young upstart, who can maybe connect a little bit with the players. They need to be there and just kind of hover. They need that little bit of fear,
Sure.
This could he's watching me.
Dad's home.
Yeah, dude. What's that like? Someone tell me. But you know what I mean? They need a little bit of that, we're going to be held accountable energy. And maybe that's what the Glazers haven't done. And Woodward is a banker, bro. That's not the guy to be your technical director.
Afraid of no banker.
Bro, I'll slap a banker right in his face.
I don't care how much money you got.
You can't even feel your face because of all the coke you're doing because you hit bonus, bro.
Whack-ass bankers.
1 million Alexis's versus the Sons of Thomas 19064. Let's talk about it, bro.
For anybody who's new, there's a lot of, you gotta listen to the back catalog to get a lot of these jokes. Okay, so yeah,
we need a legend.
Look, Manchester United are in the mud. Look, I don't think they're getting points for a while, so I feel bad for Manchester United fans.
When is their next win?
Their next win, I think the one against
not going to be
Crystal Palace is a possibility.
Dude,
that's the next one.
It might be Leeds after that.
I mean, they should win against Manchester United, but I think they haven't figured things out. They wouldn't have figured things out by then.
If it's 4-0 versus Brentford,
yeah,
what's it going to be when Liverpool come knocking at Old Trafford?
Dude, who's gonna?
They might set up Ranieri. They might park the bus, bro.
Dude, Darwin Nunez, Luis Diaz, Salah. Bro, they're gonna
It's
get
coming from
cooked
all angles.
In the midfield.
Oh my
Liverpool midfield is solid.
Jota
dog.
fucking. Oh my God.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Trent Alexander gonna be running wherever the hell he wants.
You know, I wanted to mention.
I should have waited a triple captain Salah, bro.
I know, man. There's a clip.
Chris Matassa said next win is next season.
There's a clip of Jadon Sancho and Raheem Sterling, and this is when they were making some content with England while they were on international duty, and Sancho mentions Cristiano Ronaldo. Like the interviewer is asking some question, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, playing with Cristiano or whatever." And Raheem immediately goes like, "Oh, again, yeah, we get it. You play with Ronaldo," and so which I thought was like a fun. Clearly, there's like there's history there. Little banter. And Sancho responded by saying like, "Bro, if you want a shirt, I'll get it for you." Right? But it was great. But it was a nice like.
A moment of levity.
But there was a little bit of truth in that, where Raheem is just like, yo, I'm tired of this dude. Like he expressed kind of how he felt.
There is that thing of like, what's that, like diminishing returns, but there's like there's a term for like when you're just exhausted by something, even if it's good.
Yeah,
you've had too big a portion of it.
And it's interesting to hear that from other Premier League players, to just be like, and clearly there's like some rivalry. Yeah, I mean, they were at the time they were playing for opposing clubs,
right?
But there's something, everybody's aware of it. That's what that said to me. Like, yo, we're past this.
It's just like it's like this monolith.
Yeah.
That just never goes away until it's completely gone.
Right. Bay Raguna said, the Glazers now accepting gully bucks for ownership offers. I'm glad.
Let's go.
R2D2 said Nunez will score a double hat trick.
Hilarious. VVD hat trick. Said Bay Raguna.
Fan XY said formation for Man U, 1-9 formation. Yeah,
they legitimately might come out in a 1-4-5.
Dude, and then after you see the game that
or 5-4-1
Dean Henderson had for Nottingham, I'm like, bro, this dude was making miraculous saves,
bro.
And everybody was like, no, he'll never get past David De Gea. I don't know, bro. It just seems like that difficult decisions have to be made, and other players have to be given opportunities.
At some point, you have to say like, all right, this is like Bern Leno.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to say, like, yo, this is a good goalkeeper, but he's not the one we need right now.
Right.
At some point, you're going to have to start making these decisions. And look, I look at Manchester United today, and I see Mustafi, I see Guendouzi, I see Aubameyang. I see players that are individually good, not good enough for this club.
Right.
And if you're a Manchester United fan, you could tell me I don't know what I'm talking about all day, but you need to tell me what you talking about, dog.
Yeah.
Because you can't be happy about this.
Your team in last.
Bruh.
You know how good it feels as an Everton fan to be like, yo, your team is in last, bro.
Bro, Everton's like, yo, we had a rough season, but we ain't Manchester United, bro.
Okay? You should be embarrassed that I can make fun of your club. That's crazy.
Bro.
All right. We should wrap up, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, as always, and welcome any new listeners, viewers from the Lebitard family. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're excited.
I hope you've enjoyed this, Lebitard fans.
Yeah, look, maybe if you weren't a big soccer fan, maybe we changed your mind, okay?
Hey, huh?
Or a football fan. Or
it's football, mate.
Tomorrow
it's soccer.
Tomorrow at soccer, we're going to go over the MLS this weekend, NWSL, everything going on in American soccer, and a lot happened. Obviously, we were in Minnesota last week for the MLS All-Star, game, and the Skills Challenge and everything, which we recorded a episode on Patreon, patreon.com/soccercooligans. Go check that out. It's a really funny episode, and you can hear about everything that happened while we were there.
It was a wild time.
It was. Okay, so, and as always, shout out to OSNYC. Thank you so much for welcoming us. Seriously.
Again, just the premier gaming space in New York. Come here, hang out. Great first date. Get a drink. Incredible cocktails.
And shouts to the new logo. The Meadowlark fam made that. Great work.
Shouts to the designer who put this together. Listened to us. Heard what we had to say and was like, I'm doing none of that. No, I'm talking. He was absolutely incredible. Really put together a beautiful a beautiful thing. Nice. It's more streamlined, like we said. You know, we did what Manchester United should do. We got rid of some of the dead weight.
Very much so. So that's it. We'll be back tomorrow live here on YouTube, youtube.com/Soccer Cooligans if you want to join us live. And as always, subscribe to the podcast. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And if you're listening, especially if you're a first-time listener, you're hearing this on the Levitard feed, go to Apple Podcasts right now or Spotify. Leave 5 stars. Leave a review. Say something nice. Say, oh, I didn't, you know what? I was very skeptical of this Dominican and Cuban before I hit play.
And I'm still skeptical, but I like it.
Okay. So, but we appreciate that honesty. So we'll see you tomorrow. We appreciate it as always. And obviously, we got to go out on Papi.
Easy Cooligans, buddy.
Peace, everybody.
Love you guys.